Hi everyone, Paul and Tasha Scar Modeler, welcome to another review. Today I've got a review of the new Ultimate Primer. Now, myself and Lee at UMP, we struck a deal with Badger USA. They enabled us to relabel the Standard Res primer. Now, I've been using this for, oh God, I reckon about between 14 and 18 months now, quite some time. I was recommended it by another modeler after trying Vallejo AK primer, which the Vallejo is terrible stuff. The AK, it's okay, it's not great though. Tried this, wow, loved it. Had the Badger stuff. Been using it non-stop for well over a year. It must be approaching 18 months easy, and it's just been phenomenal stuff. I've recommended it to everybody on Facebook. You guys have gone out there and bought it in in massive amounts from the UK supplier that we had available. So we've struck up a deal, we've relabeled it. This will make it easier to get in the UK because the other place used to go out of stock all the time. The foreign overseas postage costs were quite high. This is through feedback from other people, not from myself. So we've now got it in stock. We've got abundant stock of it. We've got the 120ml and the 60ml bottles in the black, grey and white. Maybe look at the larger bottles in the colour at a later date, but for now this is what we've got. So like I said, I've used it quite some time. Its spray is absolutely beautiful. Badger recommends, I think it's a 0.5 they actually recommend, but I know for a fact I've had to go for a 0.3 before on an iWater, I forget what it was now, and it goes through 0.4 on a harder Steenbeck, no problem whatsoever. It's a very, very thick primer, so that's why it needs a larger needle size, and it needs a pressure. I spray it about 24, but I know people spray it up to 30. So you need the higher pressure and the larger needle size. Now, like I said, they come in 120ml and 60ml bottles, which we've got. This is the black, as you can see on the back. I'm not lying, at the bottom it says made and bottled by Badger Airbrush Co. in the USA. We've got instructions on the back, no thinning needed. You can thin it if you wish, but I wouldn't, to be honest. Best applied with a 0.4 or larger needle of 20 to 30 psi. Spray light layers and allowed to dry for 10 minutes between coats. Model is ready for paint after 30 minutes, but is recommended to allow 24 hours to fully cure. Always remember to close cap, clean your airbrush immediately after use with UMP airbrush cleaner. That's another thing as well. People are saying they're having trouble removing it from their airbrush. I'll show that at the end. I don't have any bother whatsoever. With regards to letting it dry, if you're gonna just paint straight over it and you're not gonna mask, 24 hours is fine. If you're gonna mask, I'd still leave it 48 hours just for peace of mind. You know it's fully set. If you've got multiple models on the go, you can put it to one side, leave it be, job done. So that's that. So what we got here, we got a what is it? Edwards MiG 21 SMT. This is my entry into the ISM from Russia with Love group build, and we're gonna prime it today in black. So we'll move these out of the way. We don't want them covered in paint. One thing I would recommend is when you get them, you see mine's open there. This one isn't though. This is a brand spanker. They come with a seal cap like so. So to get that off, you lift it off, remove it. What I would recommend doing, and it's something I've noticed in the time I've been using it now, is get a knife blade or a sharp ruler, metal ruler, and actually physically remove all that sticker from the top, because what I found was either it falls into the primer, which then goes into your airbrush, which you don't want, or it congeals around the top, it catches paint, and I've noticed that it can become, not a problem, but it's better to get rid of it than have it in there. The other thing as well, once you're using a flip up cap, you will get paint accumulating around that little rim there. Wipe it off, because you'll find a lid stops shutting properly, and that can cause problems on your brush too. Also, if you do get paint around that rim and click the lid shut, it does have a habit of spraying a couple of drops out, so keep it clean. As with any paint bottle, keep it nice and clean. Shake it up, give it a real good shake. I'm going to put my booth on now. So yeah, just a 20-second shake, make sure it's all mixed up. Like I say, you need a point. I would personally go 0.4, but I have had it through a 0.3 before. This is my aging hard Steenbeck, and just for the cleaning purposes later, my colour cup is absolutely battered, it's decrowed, it's scratched to hell. So that'll make it hard to clean, but I know for a fact it will come off no problem whatsoever. So what we're going to do, we're going to just prime either the top or the bottom. I think we'll go with the top, because we've got a bit more surface area there to do. do it that way to begin with. So check your flow as always, no problem there, and just start on the swing. Just a nice dusty coat to begin with. I'm holding that about 3 inches away from the model. We're at 24 psi. Get all the angles you need, just like usual painting, no problem at all. There's my phone, you have to ignore that. I do apologise, it'll go off in a second. So just mist it on. To be honest, even if you do put it on too thick, it doesn't really matter. It still dries really quick. Self-leveling, so there's no problem there. As you can see, it's all wet around there. If I put the brush on it, you should see it starting to dry in front of you. I'd say fantastic stuff. I've been using this for ages now. I absolutely love it. The white is absolutely amazing. It's by far the best white paint there is. The coverage is absolutely phenomenal. This black I absolutely love. I'll fully dry it as a satin black. Absolutely brilliant. I used it on my Lamborghini build. I've used it on a few other things as well. The Saab Viggen's got it on its nose cone. There's a satin black. It is superb. So, like I say, mist it on, come back with a slightly heavier coat. Then I will go over it again. Make sure you get your leading edges. No problem at all. To the side of the fuselage. A bit crazy there, going a little bit too thick. Like I say, it doesn't really seem to matter at all. I just don't spray things thick for the reason that, you know, that's the way I've learned to airbrush. Not to spray things on too thick. Build the coats up slowly. So you're happy with the results. Like I say, it's a very, very thick primer, so a little does go a long way. And there we go. So we just air dry it now. Just going to go around with the brush. What I then do is probably leave that for half an hour, come back, paint the underneath, just so I can handle the top. It does dry very quick. It is quite resilient as well, even when it's freshly painted on. So we'll see it fully primed in the new show in my build update, but for now we're going to do the top, and I'm going to turn that off so you guys can hear me better. So there you go, probably, what is it, 5 minutes work, and we've got a flawlessly primed fuselage. Beautiful, absolutely stunning primer, cannot fault it at all. Really, really nice. So like I say, I'll leave that for probably an hour, half an hour, come back, and then we'll paint underneath exactly the same as the top, but as shown by that video, it's quick, simple, no fuss, and nice and easy. So absolutely fantastic. So what we'll do is we'll pop that out of the way because I don't want it to get damaged. which I've just done by hitting it into the side. Put that on that box over there. Now, I also use my RG3 gun on this thing. Absolutely fantastic spray gun. It's huge though, but again, it sprays absolutely flawlessly, even through the fan pattern at a higher pressure and at a higher rate. Absolutely brilliant. So if you've got a larger spray gun, again, it'll work absolutely great. And like I say, through the 0.3 I've had it go through before, and 0.4, as you just saw, absolutely faultless. Now cleaning, as you can see, that colour cup is absolutely ram-packed all the way around the side with the primer. Now I've had a few people almost argue with me, saying that the UMP cleaner will not clear. This is my near empty bottle that I've been using these past couple of weeks, and I know for a fact that this will clean out absolutely perfectly. So what have we got in there? 2.5 mil, not even that, of cleaner. It's a case of using a brush. I think this is what a lot of people aren't doing. They're not using a brush to clean it out. Now, I will admit, unlike paint, primer does have the ability to grip a little bit better, but even just, what's that, 15 seconds with a brush around the edge. And what I'll do now is the usual clean. Just going to get right down into the self, pull the needle back, no air. You see me clean an airbrush before. Like I said, I don't treat, you know, people to suck eggs, but somebody said the other day they were cleaning their airbrush just with cotton buds, Q-tips. That's not going to do it. You have to completely strip it down. I don't. I literally paint, airbrush cleaner in, blow back like this. See, makes a mess, it's fun. We do that, we blast out anything left, we wipe the colour cup inside of the tissue, saying on the outside, any remnants we blow it through, and I guarantee you, there you go, that's it, mostly clean again. So how people can say they're struggling, I don't know. You just must not be cleaning your airbrush properly, because the UMP cleaner cuts through it quick, simple, easy. One more blowback will do it. It's just the remnants that are in there before. Don't blow through this clean. Once you backload, don't ever blow through the airbrush, because if you brought anything out the needle nozzle, dried paint or whatnot, you put it back through there. So I should be able to blast a bit of cleaner through, wipe the tip, then if I get some fresh tissue, clear, clean airbrush. You see right down to that needle, and it's spotless. My cup is absolutely battered, it's as rough as hell in there, so it's not the easiest thing to clean. And okay, probably used a bit more than I would normally. I could use a lot less if I needed to with the cleaner, but it's spotless. And it's a case of, as always, a little drop of cleaner on your stand, job done. So how, I don't know what people are doing with it, to be honest, to say that it's not working. I'm not sure, but there you go. Don't just use cotton buds. This is just a Humbrol brush. It's that well used. It's a Humbrol Colaro. I think it's a number 6 or 8. That's all they ever use. I've had that single brush for months, probably now on a year now, and I just use it to clean the airbrush because it's a good size. It goes right down to the bottom of the colour cup and it works perfect. They're a quid each, so £1, so like $2 if you're elsewhere. So there you go. There's the Ultimate Primer. Works absolutely perfectly. It's a tried and tested primer, so we know it works. The guys who have used it before know it works. Now it's a bit more easily available from us at UMP, so if you want to go and get some, pop over to our website www.umpretail.com. we got all 3 colours in the 120mm and the little 60mm for you to buy, and we've got loads of other interesting things on there for you to look at as well. So there you go, quick simple review of our primer. Hopefully if you've not used it, it might put your mind at ease to give it a go, or if you have used it you think, yeah, that's how I use it, but I can say cleans easy with UMP cleaner. So that's that. So there you go. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys around and I'll see you soon.